This should come as no surprise, but this challenge run was not that much of a challenge, due to the righteous authority's easy ability to be obtained. But, even knowing these facts, I asked the question, can you beat Fallout 4 with only the righteous authority? Like I just said, the easy answer is yes, obviously. It's a very easy obtainable weapon. Yeah, I'll still take you through how I did it. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin. I started off in Sanctuary like usual with nothing important to mention other than the fact that I made my character look like a laser rifle. I then assigned my special stats. I fairly spread them out, making sure to put a 6 in intelligence so that I could eventually get the science perk, which is my only way to upgrade the righteous authority. Then the rest I really spread out in over perception, agility and endurance, as to make the game easier for me. I then got turned into a popsicle, ran past all the rad roaches in the vault. If you saw the last video, or any weapon restricted run in Fallout 4 in general, you know it is very easy just to run and hide from all the roaches. I then exited the vault and made my way to the big metal man at Cambridge Police Station, as he had the gun I needed. While on my way there, I instigated a fight between Wolfgang and Trudy, which took longer than I had expected as they all ran around for ages. Eventually Wolfgang came out on top. Using this, I then looted the diner for all it's worth, then making my way to the police station where I watched Dance as he killed all the ghouls. I then repeated this, following him to Arctic and watching him kill all the synths inside. I also made use of this section as there is infinite spawning synths and I let Dance fight them all, amassing 400 fusion cells. I then made our way out of Arctic and Dance gave me my weapon, the Righteous Authority. I then went back to Red Rocket and scrapped everything that was not nailed down, so I could then upgrade the gun, making it deal more damage. The main annoying thing about the Righteous Authority being you need levels of science, and the second level of science you won't get until you're level 17. I can tell you by the end of the run I was not level 17. But anyway, afterwards, I then made my way to Diamond City, making sure to mark CIT for later, and I also found a group of raiders aboard the boat crashed into the bridge, so I then tested out how powerful the Righteous Authority is. No surprise, it wiped the floor with them, taking them all out in near 2 shots. With the added burn effect, it was very effective. I then finally got to Diamond City. I ran up, whacked Piper. She was not too pleased at all.
It was a misinput, calm down! You calm the fuck down! There was a
I then tried again, concealing my weapons, and they all forgot about it. I then ran into Diamond City. Inside I sold all the junk I'd collected. Piper also communicated to me from beyond the mist. I then returned to Red Rocket again, added the beam focus mod to my Righteous Authority, making it all the more powerful for my time as a triggerman. Now going into the subway I was prepared for something to go wrong, but luckily I had enough ammo and the triggermen were fairly easy to take down, which was a huge relief, considering what I had to go through in the Silver Shroud video. I cleared all of the ones out that were in the subway. I made my way to Nick, and made short work of Dino with a well placed critical hit, making his head pop clean off. I spoke with Inspector Gadget himself, and we then fought our way through the triggermen to Skinny. Me not having any time for his words, I shot fast and cracked Skinny open, with well placed critical in the head. I told Nick to meet me at Diamond City, and for once I went straight there. He told me of Mr. Cornflakes. I stole the key off the mayor, broke into Kellogg's house. I searched the house and then I was off to Fort Hagen. With no need to follow Dogmeat, I fast travelled to Arcjet and was on my way. Inside the fort was fairly easy, as the synths were not much of a challenge, them also serving as an easy replenishment for my ammo. Getting to Kellogg, I negotiated with him, then picked apart what was left of him. I saw my brothers in the sky and returned to Inspector Gadget and Piper. They then told me about Dr. Amari. I wandered round Kellogg's brain, spoke to Amari afterwards, and then was off to see Dance at the Pred Room. I listened to Maxon's speech. He told me to meet everyone. I did so, got my power armor, then went to deal with the super mutants at Fort Strong. The Verbird that was to take me over, however, was for some reason in the water below the Pred Room. Thanks Todd Howard for the great game design.
All of this just works.
I then spent about 5 minutes flying around just for the pilot to crash and for me to miraculously survive. I then fought off the super mutants, which were actually very hard to kill as the Righteous Authority did little damage to them. And also I had to fight off the behemoth, which was painful in of itself. I then got inside and had to deal with the mutants. Afterwards, I then spoke with Maxon. I then went on my way to Virgil in the glowing scene, and for once I didn't need to worry about the riots as my power armor was able to protect me. I spoke to Virgil, he told me about the Corsair, fast travel to CIT as I had marked on the map earlier. I then found Green Tech, fighting my way up to the Corsair, which was not that hard, and then took out the Corsair easily, doing what I'd done with Kellogg, using fast repetitive shots, and with some prisoners being caught in the crossfire, but that's neither here nor there. I then went to the railroad to decode the first ship. This time, however, I decided that I wanted to do it myself. So as they got ready to greet me, I opened fire, cutting them down, doing the same thing inside the HQ, then decoding the chip myself, going up to Older Maxon where I told him about the Institute. I gave him the plans to Ingram. I built the teleporter and was in the Institute. Resisting the urge to shoot father, I went along with him so that I could recruit Madison Lee for the Brotherhood. Unluckily, due to my abysmal charisma skill, I had to resort to getting evidence about Virgil's escape, which was fairly easy, only having some trouble with the Assaultron, who barely missing me with the death ray. I then left the Institute with Madison in tow, and it was time to shoot up Liberty Prime. Which meant, and I hope I got this right, I spoke to Madison, then Ingram, then Madison, then Ingram. Great back and forth that we needed Bethesda, thank you very much. I then made some magnets for Ingram, she sent me off to Sentinel site. The only thing interesting that happened on the way was I got to fight with the Deathclaw, so it felt what it was like to get shot by a high-powered laser multiple times in a row. Inside Sentinel site, I went down to the nukes, dispatching the ghouls, making sure to just open fire on Atom's Wrath, kill it, as I'd done with the Assaultron in the Institute's basement. I then marked the nukes and went back to Ingram. I got to switch on Liberty Prime.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Then Maxon told me that Dance was in fact a toaster this whole time. Not a shocker at all, and considering he could survive a jet engine. But that's neither here nor there. I found him pinned down without question, upgraded my power armor with the one that he used to have, then was told by Captain Kells that the railroad needed killing. Luckily I'd done that earlier, but unluckily Bethesda still wanted me to go there and collect Pam. So I went there, collected Pam, which was a pointless endeavour, but anyway. Afterwards I was off to Mass Fusion. After circling and waiting for the vertebrate to land, I jumped off the side and went through the door as I had my power armor, but I had forgotten the card, so I had to reload, repeat the process in the vertebrate again. This time making sure to grab the keycard, I jumped off, went down to the basement and grabbed the beryllium agitator. The sentry bot appeared. Thankfully it focused on Ingram, as I shot it repeatedly until it was put down. Same thing happened with the Assaultrons as they focused Ingram and I put them down quickly. After leaving, I put the beryllium agitator in Liberty Prime, and it was time to assault the Institute. Luckily, whether or not it was intentional, you can fast travel to CIT, skipping the long walking section. So we were in the Institute in no time, blasting my way through all the scientists. Luckily Maxon acted as backup with his Gatling laser, making it much easier to go through all the synths. Giving Father a good whack, I deactivated the lockdown, went on the way to the reactor, placed a charge, and was teleported out of there. Told Ingram to leave the robot child, and was teleported to Mass Fusion. That I blew up the Institute, and that proves that in fact you can beat full level with only the righteous authority. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. If you have any suggestions for future runs, leave a comment below. Goodbye.